welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys, to something quite remarkable here this evening, because I tell you what, that was some game. There was 7 goals in total, Villarreal 3, Barca 4. We have somehow won that game. And I have to say, it was very much different feelings throughout that game, guys. I started off feeling, okay, we're starting to take the lead. We're starting to get 2-goal lead. It was all looking good. And then it all went downhill. And then we just about recovered at the end. But what we have to do today is discuss all of it, somehow breaking it down. Let's get our thoughts together and let's just relax that blood pressure. And come on, guys. Let's do this. Because let's start, first of all, guys, with the goals. That is what we're going to talk about first of all. And I will come on to our fullback areas. I will come on to some of our defending, because that also needs to be discussed today. But let's start with the goals. And I want to talk, first of all, about Lamine Yamal. This young man is extraordinary. Now, I'm not just hyping him up here. We're not all just jumping on the bandwagon and saying, oh, this young man, he's so good. He's so talented. What can he do? Watch his performances. Watch the level this 16-year-old has here, because the way that he's just seamlessly adapted to La Liga football. This is a 16-year-old stepping up into the Spanish top flight. You'd be thinking, okay, it's going to be a big step up for him. He's going to have to adjust. He's going to need time. He's going to need all of this. He looks at home. He looks as though he's been playing in this league at the first team in Barcelona, week in, week out, for years. It is extraordinary what we are seeing from him right now. And he was at the heart of everything. All the big goals in this game for Barca. Lamine Yamal was not far away from any of them. And of course, the first goal, he was very much at the heart of that there. An incredible cross, it really was there. Cutting in, he loves to do that. He's so dangerous there when he cuts in on that left foot. And what a lovely ball it was to Gavi at the back post, who nods it back across. And it's a really good finish in the end there. Gavi with the header. Barca, I think at that point in the game, guys, I'd have to say it was a surprise lead, because in the first 10 minutes or so, Villarreal were really causing us problems. They were targeting our 2 fullbacks, we'll talk about that, but they were really in the ascendancy. So Barca there getting a surprise early goal, and it was even more of a surprise when we doubled our lead. It was Frenkie de Jong there arriving into the area. Good finish it was from him. I think there was a bit of luck about the goal. It wasn't really a well choreographed goal from Barca, anything like that. There was a bit of randomness about it. It sort of bounced off Lewandowski onto Villarreal's defence. Then actually they've assisted us in the end with Frenkie, but at that point in the game we were 2-0 up. Yet here's the thing, because we never, ever felt comfortable in this game. We never really felt as though, okay, we're in control now. Because usually, if you're 2-0 up, you're feeling good. You're feeling very confident. You're thinking, okay, we can go and win this game. We're very much in the driving seat. But we never felt like that today. And the reason for that was that defence. And 2 players in particular who, come on, let's talk about them. Because yes, the 2 players that I am talking about, unfortunately, are Sergi Roberto and Marcos Alonso. Now, before the game, I think we were all in agreement here that it was going to be a really bad one if we started both of them in the full-back areas. Quite simply, one of them is bad enough. 2 of them is saying, okay, opposition, score as many goals as you want. Because honestly, guys, I guarantee you, the second that Villarreal saw our team sheet today, Quique Setien there, he knows Barca very well, as we know, he will have thought, oh, this is brilliant. This is absolutely fantastic. We can target those areas. We can go in behind Barcelona. How many times did we see that there? How many times the ball played in behind Sergi Roberto and he's spinning around? He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. How are we in a position where we've got to start both of them at one time? Because honestly, guys, a lot of people will say, oh, but any team can get injuries. Barca have got Araujo out. They've got Balde, wasn't quite ready to start the game today. So it's understandable here that Barca and Xavi, they've got to start with these guys. I'm not even talking about now. I'm talking about, why are they still here? Why are they still Barcelona players? They do not have the quality. Forget backup. Forget, oh, we'll just play them when we need them. Play them when we have injuries. No, they shouldn't be playing at all. They shouldn't be anywhere near this team. How many more times do we have to see this? Because many people will also say, oh, it's a bad game. They've not played well. How many more times are we going to sit here, watch that, and actually keep them at the club? They They should not be here. They shouldn't have been renewed. We shouldn't have gone through the whole summer, not even looking to strengthen our full-back areas. It's an absolute joke. And even looking further down, guys, is there no chance today that we could have played Koundé at right back? You could have played Eric Garcia at centre-back then. You could have played somebody from the youth ranks there. Mikhail Faye could have played at centre-back with Koundé at right back instead of Roberto. You could have played young Pau. He was on the bench, really talented centre-back there from the academy. And are you really telling me there's nobody at Barca Athletic who could have played better at left-back than Marcos Alonso did? Because the standard out there today on the floor at right-back, at left-back, surely we can do better. If we have big aspirations, we have to do better. But here's the other thing, guys, and this is the flip side of this situation right now, because you know what? If you're going to start, or if you feel as though, if you're Xavi and you feel as though you've got to start with that car crash of a defence, well, the one thing that you could do then, the one priority you might have, at least carry a threat then. If you're going to start with that back line, you've got to outscore the opposition. It's as simple as that, because there's no way you're keeping a clean sheet or anything close to it with that defence. So why didn't we start with more attackers? What is the problem right now at Barca with just playing more than 2 attacking players at any one time? Because I don't understand it. I cannot believe, guys, that Ferran Torres was left on the bench again today. We've spoken about him before every game this season, saying, is this his chance? Is this his moment? Surely now we can't ignore him, but he was again. It wasn't until 63 minutes there that Xavi decided, you know what, Ferran should come on in this game, and when he did, he changed the game. It's as simple as that. It was immediate. As soon as Ferran came on, the wheels were in motion there. It created more space. Villarreal had to mark another attacker. That opened things up in midfield. You saw almost immediately Marcos Alonso had the space to get a shot away. Such was the presence of Ferran and Lewandowski there together. That's what more attacking players can do. And it was just the urgency today that came on with Ferran. You know, what he brought with him there in terms of the hunger to make something happen. Because up until that point, we were barely threatening once again. It was Yamal carrying the threat. Lewandowski wasn't all that involved. The midfielders can only do so much. And I just love the mentality that Ferran has shown so far this season. Look at his goal. He scored that goal today because he wanted it more than anyone else. It was as simple as that. He was coming on and he was making sure that he was going to have an impact on this game. Desperate to score, and that's exactly what he did. And I just don't know when the penny is going to drop, guys, in terms of this attacking play. You know, when are we really going to get it into our heads here that starting with a number of attacking players, it's what we need. Whether it's against a low block, we've had that in the first few games, whether it's against teams who are physical, whether it's against a team today in Villarreal who like to play, who will come out and play, whatever situation you're in, usually lining up with danger in your team, a threat there in the forward line in several different areas, that's the way to go. And if Ferran doesn't start in the next game, what is it going to take, honestly? What is it going to take to get him in the starting lineup? He's doing everything that he can on the field, off the field, and today was another example of what he can bring and what starting with more forwards can bring as well. But of course, guys, Ferran's goal was only the equaliser. There was still time for one more piece of magic to really and well and truly turn this game on its head, and it was Lamine Yamal again. He'd already hit the crossbar in this game. He was threatening so many times there, cutting inside like we say, enjoying himself, skipping past Villarreal challenges, but the actual one here that leads to the winning goal, wonderful play again, because he hits this actually into the near post. The goalkeeper can't really get close to it. Wonderful hit, and imagine that if it was the winning goal there for Lamine Yamal. The emotion, the feeling would have been absolutely unbelievable, but of course we're happy anyway, because Robert Lewandowski finds himself in the right place at the right time, and that could be a big goal for him, you know, in terms of the feeling right now with him. The confidence we know has been very, very low. Might be an important goal there to get things going this season for Lewandowski, but Lamine Yamal, he has been absolutely extraordinary in these opening games that we've seen him this season. The confidence that he has and how comfortable he looks at this level, and he was key in that winning goal for Barca. And I just think right now, guys, it's going to be really, really interesting what we do off the back of this game, because obviously the transfer window is still open. Joan Laporta today talking about the fact we may see more than just the one signing arrive this summer. Of course, Cancelo has to be a priority. That would really help us out in the full-back areas. We know that. But I'm just wondering here, what can we learn from this game now? Because obviously we won. done. We're very, very happy that we have, but I don't think we can just forget what we've seen, especially there in the first half. Villarreal well and truly coming back into the game. What we're seeing here with our squad depth, we can't forget about the concerns. We can't just brush those under the carpet, because like I say, this could have been a Champions League game. It could have been a Champions League game against a better team, and we would have been embarrassed. With that backline, any game you go into, you're at risk if you leave yourself open to playing that. So just let me know in the comments down below, guys. Very happy with the win. Wonderful way to do it. Incredible comeback. Brilliant goals in there as well. But what do you make of the overall performance? And looking forward now to this season, what conclusions can you draw at this stage? Do let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below. An exhilarating game. A big win for Barca. 4-3. I will catch you guys soon. Thank you indeed for all of your support and for tuning in here today. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barca.